If you love Star Wars math, you're going to love tonight's celebration. Everyone, welcome back to our first ever 5-year celebration-tastic episode of Empire Radio. I'm Jeremiah.
I'm Drew.
And we are back. And we are celebrating 300 episodes. Brr, brr, brr. Hit the button. Brr, brr, brr. And that special intro music was done by Pi in the Discord. He wanted to
sick.
do his own. He found the sheet music online and he just did it all together, all by himself on whatever program he uses. So
heck yeah.
Shout out to Pi from the Discord. Thank you for that.
Let's go.
For the Yep.
Yeah, extra little everything.
Yep. So maybe we could use him in the future for some more sound bites or something. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah. Let us know. That's dope. Also, I had no idea. And you were like, let's
I know.
Start the intro. And I was like, whoa. What are we doing here? Yep. So is there going to be a new video montage clip in the beginning?
No, I don't got time for that.
Oh, man. What the heck?
I don't got time for that. Well, I do have time for that. I didn't want to do it. But yes, this is our 5-year 300th episode. So February 18th, which was yesterday, was the first day of our first episode.
Wow.
So that's super excited. And it just happened to be the same week as our 300th episode. Kind of crazy to think about. But I have some statistics to go over. Just to go over, it's been 5 years, 300 episodes. We might as well go over some fun Star Wars math stuff. So, Drew, if I had to ask you, how many top fives have we done in the past 300 episodes? What do you think?
15.
15, close. We had 18 of them.
Oh,
and tonight we're doing like a top five, top five, like Empire Radio moments, things, whatever. So 19 counting tonight. How many Cantina discussions have we had?
10.
Close. We've had 12.
Dang it.
But the last one that we've done was in September 2021.
Dude, we need to do one of those.
But like we've done so many things. I don't know what to do for I can't come up with any more questions. Like,
bro, there's so many. What do you mean?
Oh, I guess Drew has Cantina. Now we gotta get Grace and Andrew on for a Cantina discussion or something.
We haven't done one of those. Did we have like an intro for one of those too? Like a different music for that?
Well, if we did, that was a long time ago, 2021. But that would have been. I'm trying to think. I think our last episode before I took over to do the higher quality stuff that we made that transition. I think that might have been one of our last episodes. Was like that final Cantina discussion because it was September 2021 when Visions came out and we started our first week of Visions and I started editing the videos. So. But also, more statistics, we had 10 EU with Andrews, official EU with Andrews. But before that, we also had the 3 original Thrawn trilogy episodes. And he did the 3 Infinity Star Wars things where it was the alternate what ifs for episodes 4, 5, and 6. One of them was Yoda took control of the Death Star and crashed it into Coruscant or something like that.
Oh yeah, dude, that was
crazy stuff. We've done 9 Imperial interviews.
I want to keep it guessing, dude.
Sorry. But that's a new one. But next week, we have one scheduled unless there's an Andor trailer that drops next week. But so next week will be number 10.
We were really hoping for an Andor trailer for this because that would have been kind of perfect, honestly.
Right. That would have been so much fun.
That would have been dope. But whatever.
Speaking of trailers, how many trailer breakdowns have we done? What do you think?
A lot.
There's a lot. What do you think?
My heart says 37.
Oh, no, not that many. 22.
Oh.
22. Now, how many episode breakdowns have we done?
A lot.
All the shows that every
Yeah.
episode. So other than now, we did the first season of Mando on the Mandalorian podcast, but that
And
wasn't
Clone Wars saved
and
on
Clone
the
Wars
Clone
saved. So
Wars
we didn't do those on Empire Radio. But so minus those episodes, how many do you think we have done?
Well, season 1 and 2 of Bad Batch. Army Mando. Or sorry, season 3 and
Seasons
2 and
2 and
3
3 of Mando.
Bad Batch.
What's up, Red Buff? Finally, you made it. Oh, and Pittman 365 is in the chat too.
I believe they're pi, as they said.
Oh, cool.
Okay, let's.
You want me to move on to some other ones before while you're counting?
This. Let's just say 8.
We got a lot, but we got a lot of shows. So you got all the shows.
110.
All close, kind of close. 124 for.
Not really close,
but plus 18 for Visions on top of that. So that's even more. But those are like
counting Visions.
But those were like 3 episodes per
that's
week
true.
or whatever. So we kind of did quick ones.
We kind of.
But still, 120. So that means over a third of our episodes are
true. I didn't even think about
our breakdowns.
That.
Like with the 18.
Honestly, that's kind of how we started, though.
No, because we didn't have. Well, a Mandalorian podcast, but like if you think about it, we didn't have
us.
But on the Empire Radio, we didn't have any episode breakdowns until November of 2020. So like our first 9 months, 8-9 months, we didn't have any episode breakdowns other than Clone Wars saved that summer. But that's a lot of shows.
Any OGs in the chat? I mean, Will's kind of an OG.
He's an OG. There's one person, I forget who it was, it's in our voicemail tonight, who says he was here from the Mandalorian podcast. He's been with us. But moving on, how many books have we read for the podcast?
27.
How many?
27.
No, 18.
Well, way off.
18.
It's just because I read Lost Stars 11
times. So that's cool. So that's 18.
That's 18 books.
18 books that I've read.
Well, and think about that, Jeremiah. Before that, that's a lot of books that you've read in the last 5 years. Prior to that, you haven't read much books.
I haven't read a novel since high school. So I'm 35 now. So when I was 30, so over 12 years since I've
think about
read.
That math.
What?
We started this podcast when you were 30.
And you were 28.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And Miles wasn't born.
Yep.
And Ahsoka wasn't born either.
Dang.
Wait.
Your dog.
Was she? No, we started before. Because I remember you came over and we just got her. And you're like, what's her name? I was like, guess.
It was just before. I remember that because that was when I was going to your church. And you picked me up. And I remember sitting in it. So we got a dog. Like, oh, okay. What did you name her? Ahsoka. And I was on the way to church. Crazy. Okay, so here's one that I don't have the exact, it's a much bigger number, but how many voicemails have we had? Now, the number I have is included tonight, but only goes to January of 2022 because that's when I took over and was downloading. Because before that, Andrew was running the soundboard. So I only have, almost 4 years worth. So of those 4 years worth, how many voicemails do you think we've had?
Including the VCU?
Yeah, those are voicemails. The voicemail cinematic universe. How many do you think? It's a big number.
Okay. Yeah. So when did you start? What episode was that when you took over?
It's been 120 or something like that.
Okay.
Because that would have been that's a little over 3 years ago, and it was the Book of Boba Fett when that started, like around that time.
And you get like if you average like 3 voicemails per episode.
Yeah. Oh, let's go. We gotta keep the show
Man,
going.
I don't know, bro. I'm trying to do math.
I said if you like Star Wars math.
600.
Close. 643, including tonight. So I'm guessing we had
Jeez.
prior to that, like at least 100.
Yeah, because we haven't missed one since our first voicemail.
Which was
right?
was 1 year in, which is like this week is kind of like the anniversary of our first voicemail from Lucy. So
It's kind of
I
sad
think we've
that
had at least we had to have had 100 or more, so maybe close to 800 voicemails total.
Yeah.
All right, now this one should be an easy one. What was the longest episode we ever had?
Oh shoot, I know this.
So the time, the length, and like what the topic was. No cheating, no looking at your phone. It was the Halloween special a couple years ago.
It was a Halloween special?
Yeah.
Okay, it was 4 hours.
4 hours what?
16 minutes.
12 minutes.
Ooh, that was close. That was close, bro. All right, 4 hours and 12 minutes.
Remember, Andrew was there, so that's
Well, yes, that's why it was long.
There's
Let's
a
be
hint.
real. It was a Halloween one.
Yeah.
Was it a Lego Halloween special?
No.
Oh, I know what it was.
Yeah.
It's the zombie book.
Yep, Death Troopers.
Yeah.
And I remember I was fuming like 3 hours in because I know this was going so long. I was so mad, but I had to keep a professional face on. And it was like
And people love that episode
1 o'clock
too.
in the morning when we got done. I was so mad.
But didn't people love that episode?
People loved it, and that makes me mad. People are like, we gotta do this every week. No, we
don't. For
don't.
a while, it was like one of our most viewed episodes too, which was stupid.
All right.
You guys are crazy.
Here's an extra hard one. What was our shortest episode?
Tonight's?
This went back to episode number 13.
So the chat, that was a great episode.
Yeah, I know.
It was. Episode 13. It had to been like a top 5.
No.
No?
But it was our 5th Cantina discussion, though.
Oh. So it was Cantina. Oh. But you want me to guess the time?
Yeah. How long do you think it was?
47 minutes.
Nope. 29 minutes and 51 seconds.
We did that?
Yeah.
Why did we do that?
It was it was my question. I think would Obi-Wan have killed Anakin?
And everyone just said no, and that was the end of the conversation.
I think that was basically how it was.
I gotta listen to that episode. 29
minutes and 51 seconds. So that's with no voicemails or anything either. So that was just straight quick discussion. And
should we listen to that during like a break in this episode and then come back?
Download it and push play. Like, here we go.
Like, let's just listen to it.
All right, and here's the big one. And it took me a long time to figure this because I had to sit down and manually add it all up. But how many minutes of total time have we recorded and posted on
Bro, I don't know.
Make a guess.
5 days worth.
Well, I don't know. Now I don't know my math for that. Not a lot more, I think it's a lot more than 5 days worth.
Red Bus, like, does Andrew's goodbye count as the shortest episode?
No, it's not.
No, because he also didn't. He's not really. He's gone, but he's not gone at the same time. He's gonna be here for a whole month.
I just did the math. So it's just under 22 days worth.
22 days.
So how many minutes do you think that is? If you had, without looking at your calculator,
I can't count that.
Yeah,
how many days is 22 days? Bro, I don't know.
Just throw out a number.
I'm gonna feel stupid because I'm gonna be so.
Just say a number.
How many? Okay, 22 days. That's a lot, dude.
Come on, everyone's waiting.
1 million hours.
No, 1 million hours. No, it's not a million hours in 22 days. No, it was 31,539 minutes, which comes out to 525.39 hours. And that's not including like trailer reaction stuff on YouTube and other stuff we did on YouTube. So,
Oh, there's been way more content than that.
right, but just for podcast episodes alone, over 31,000.
You're welcome, guys.
So
Will, I'm looking at you.
that's a lot of time. So yeah, so that's kind of like all the stats I kind of gather. I'm sure there's a million other things we could break down for stats, but that's all I wanted to do. Just keep it simple. So that's a lot of stuff, a lot of content. I was the biggest one I was surprised by was that over a third of our content is episode breakdowns.
That makes sense though to me.
It makes sense when you think about it, but
because if you think about it, like that's our bread and butter. Easiest mental planning.
Yeah,
like
because we can like with Andor, we have there's 12 episodes, but we don't know how they're gonna like lay them out. But that's like 10 to 12 weeks worth of our schedule planned out right there. We don't gotta worry about anything. So that makes life a lot easier. But
and that's like also included. Sometimes there was like 3 episodes in 1 week.
Right.
Like we've done that before.
Andor season 1, they dropped the first 3 episodes on one day. So
I really hope they don't do that.
Yeah, I hope they don't do that either. But when we get that trailer, we'll get an answer how we're gonna do that. We can finalize our schedule a little bit better.
So a couple of weeks ago, when you said the trailer should come out or whatever, I thought you said it was 2 weeks from when we record this episode.
2 weeks.
That's why I was like, "Oh, why haven't we got one?" But then I realized it's like 2 months.
Why would we have that? That doesn't make any sense. 2 months. They wouldn't. Did you really think it was next month that the show?
I did. I was like, "Oh, it's next month," and then I was like, "Wait, no, it's April 22nd, which is my brother's birthday, which is also Life Day." Which you didn't know that?
Which brother?
Nate.
Nice. But we won't know until the trailer drops what the schedule will be. So maybe you'll just have to take that Wednesday off.
What if they don't ever give us a trailer?
Well, then
just hypothetical. I mean, it's not gonna happen. Wouldn't that be weird?
Yes.
It'd be kind of cool.
It's their number one show. Like, why wouldn't their best show? Like, why wouldn't they get it hyped up? They've already had like behind the scene, like behind closed doors trailers have been leaked. Like, they have them made. So, but
it's gonna get dropped at 10:00 tonight for some reason.
Well, I'm guessing it's going to be on Saturday now, just because that's the exact 2-month thing. So,
which sucks.
Because normally they drop them on Tuesdays, but nope. So I'm guessing they're going to do it on Saturday,
which would be awful.
Why?
Because I won't be able to watch the trailer and do my reaction till like
11 o'clock at night.
Wednesday. Or yeah, I guess I can do 11.
Right after work. But you're not here for Andor. You're here for Empire Radio Top 5 Moments of All Time in our 5 years, 300 episodes. So, obviously, I'm missing a million things. I'm trying to think about. I got some like the main ones, but then I tried to do some like smaller things. And I was changing my list today. I had 2 things on my list. And I took them off and I put 2 new ones. So I got I got some, shout outs to like some other like honorable mentions and stuff, but I don't know. I feel like we're gonna have some similar lists, but I think I got 2 on there that won't be on yours. But who wants to go first?
Right you.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
All right. My number 5. Speaking of Andor, our heated debate that we had that we clipped.
Ooh,
that was a really good.
That one.
That was when we were like, we weren't mad at angry with each other, but we got a good back and forth. And this was like our first like big debate that you and I have had, but like it was also like a little there was a little more passion between our argument on this, and so it was a debate on Mon Mothma's dilemma of marrying her teenage daughter off to get funds
Roll the
laundered.
clip.
No, that's a half-hour long argument. That was a half-hour long
Hey
argument. I think
man,
it
we
was.
could do that. Make this
Um,
episode long. Roll the clip.
but I don't know. I thought that was just a fun moment to have. Just like argue about something, and then at the end of the day, we're still friends and nothing, no hard feelings or anything. And so
Oh
that was
yeah,
cool.
that was the one like is she a good mom or not?
Yep. And then you're like, because you had a kid, you're like had the bias of like, I'm a parent, I know better than you, Jeremiah, because you don't have kids. And I'm like, but I'm like looking at it objectively from like a non-biased perspective, and it was just kind of funny, but it was good. Surprised I didn't get more views. I tried to like get the thumbnail all perfect to like get more like clickbait things, and
You guys go
never.
watch it. Go watch
Yep,
it.
yep. All right, that's my number 5. But what's
My number 5 is a new one, a newer one.
okay?
Blind Rankings episode 2.
Oh, 2. Oh, with Grace, huh? You like that better than
I don't know.
unless number 1 is above it on.
Well, I guess you'll find out. No, I mean they're kind of both tied. I was just like looking through like episodes trying to figure out what to do, and I was like really like those blind rankings, and episode 2 was really fun. Andrew got really
I offended him with not having.
he was really upset. So like those moments were fun. And like it doesn't I don't know if it translates as well, but like because we know Andrew so well, like we understood it. You know what I mean? Like we understood his pain. But like when I like rewatched him, like it was way funnier. But that was like in our moment, like I knew that yeah, it was rough for him. So yeah, that was a really
Yeah, we gotta
fun
do more
episode.
blind ranking ones, but there's just so much work and logistics. Because I gotta like it was like the second one because we had Grace do it. Uh, it was like over 300 slides I had to manually put in for each answer
Yeah.
and thing. So it's a lot of work. So they're always gonna have to be like a pre-recorded one, but I need to like start making another one. And I know like Grace said she wanted to make one and have me so I could participate in the ranking. So maybe we'll do that. But that'll be some for the summertime
Yeah.
when we're between shows and stuff. Because I'm sure we're gonna get big announcements when all the next shows are gonna be. So it could be August or something when we get our next show after Andor. But who knows what they're gonna do? All right. Well, my number 4 is something I already kind of hinted at, but Empire Radio has gotten me reading books, which I never wanted to do. I didn't really care, but I'm happy that I'm now like hyped to like read these Star Wars books because they just add so much more to my knowledge and understanding of Star Wars. And it was kind of interesting because going. I remember there was one time our first like summer or whatever uh, that I was not in an episode. So I've been in all episodes except for one, and it was just you and Andrew did an episode. And it was funny because
What episode was that?
that episode was uh it was like the sneak peek like first chapter of the Thrawn Ascendancy book 1. And
Huh.
I was like, I had something going that week. I was like, well, you guys can do that. I got to do something else. So technically, I'm in it because like I had pre-recorded something with Andrew beforehand, and then you guys did like a discussion of that first chapter that was released. But it was just, I was just thinking like this week when I saw that, I was like, back then I didn't care about
You had
books. I had no
no
desire to be in it, and it was a
desire at
Thrawn
all.
book that I didn't want to read the first chapter of because I didn't care. And now looking
Idiot.
back, I'm like, what am I doing with my life? So I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, I'm happy that I'm reading Star Wars books, and we don't have anything planned until July. There'll be the final High Republic book, but we got other books like on the horizon of like what we will be doing in the future. But
Yeah, I feel like there's some books that we need to go back, pull out, and read.
Yeah, I was actually there's a because we already said we want to do like top 5 relationships for next year's Valentine's Day
Valentine's.
special, but there's also that the Princess and Scoundrel book, which I think is canon. So we could do that one maybe instead. I don't know, but it's the Princess Leia and Han get married thing. So post episode 6. So
Sounds boring, but all right.
I don't know. It's a whole book. I'm sure there's
There's drama.
something goes wrong. There's no caviar or something, and Han has to go smuggle some or something. I don't know.
This boy make me choke. No caviar.
Mon calamari caviar or something
There's like too much like Wookiee hair in the salad or something.
something like that. Chewie, go comb or whatever.
Take a bath.
All right.
Dude, okay.
Oh, I think
weird.
that's 2 different narrators for that. Mark Thompson and like a female narrator.
Oh,
So it's like
that's kind of cool.
I think when I was scanning that, so that's kind of cool.
So I went ice fishing on
I saw.
Thursday. No,
Was it just
Wednesday
you and
night.
Miles?
Yeah, because I had jury duty, which is why we did it weirdly.
Oh
last
yeah, you
week,
never told me what
guys.
happened with that.
Well, I'll
talk
tell
after.
you off screen. But anyways, let's just say I was able to. It was done on Wednesday. So then Wednesday, after I went in, and then we were released at like noon. Me and Miles went ice fishing and stayed with my dad. But I was like so hyped. This is you guys are gonna be like, Andrew, you have problems. I was so hyped after us breaking down Lost Stars, and I was in the car for like 6 hours, like 3 hours up, 3 hours down. I'm like, I'm gonna listen to Lost Stars again.
Oh gosh, you just listened to it like the week before.
Yeah, I know. And well, that was like for a while, but anyways, so I just like turned it on, and Miles was with me, and he loves it now. Like, so now he wants to listen to Star Wars books every time we're in the car, even though I don't think he understands
Oh,
everything.
he doesn't understand at all.
But like when Vader came on and you could hear it, like
Yeah,
he was like, "Oh, Daddy Vader!" Like he was like, "Oh, that's Vader!" And then like with that Wookiee girl, she was talking and it was like all like she was making all the noise. He was like dying laughing in the back seat. Just thought it was so funny. So
well, wait till he listens to a Mark Thompson one. Like
I know,
those are intense, dude.
I gotta find a good one of characters that he knows. But yeah, so that was fun.
There has
So
to be like a junior novel that has an audio book that none of us.
Yeah, there probably should be.
Oh, look at that, Maria, that we just had on the podcast. She's in the chat. Hey, Maria, what's up? Go check out her interview from a couple weeks ago. Was that 2 weeks ago? Yeah,
2 weeks ago.
So go check that out. She's awesome. Go check out her Instagram. art_by Maria art_by Maria 33 on Instagram. Go check her out. She has awesome stuff.
Yeah.
And she just put some stuff up for sale on her thing, and some of them are already sold out. So go see what she has available. But
yeah, so yeah, I'm excited to like listen to books in the car with Miles because and now Steph's like, what do I do? Because the other day she was in the car with him. He's like, I want to listen to Star Wars, and she's like, I don't have Audible on my phone. Like, what do you mean? Like, I don't know what to do. So now Steph's gonna have to start listening to Star Wars books in the car. She's gonna get so annoyed. It's awesome. It's gonna be dope. I'm pretty excited for it. Wait, it's my turn.
Yeah, number 4. You're number 4, right?
My number 4, yes. My number 4 is, I mean, it isn't an episode, but it's something that we produced, the VCU.
Okay, cool.
Like, it's not an episode, but we put it out. Like, Jeremiah worked really hard on it, but also, like, you, the fans, worked hard on it. So I thought that I had to mention, like, we're bringing down, like, our number 5 episodes, but also, like, just what our community is. And
right.
So
anything Empire Radio related.
Yeah. So I put that in there because I thought that was really cool, and it was a really fun moment that you guys created in the community of Empire Radio. So shout out to you guys, and that's why I picked it.
All right, cool. My number 3 is the VCU.
Oh,
Yep.
right.
So that was such an amazing project, and I'm just think, what if we knew Maria? Like she could have drew something for the
Oh
VCU. That
man.
would have been the coolest thing ever.
Well, if what's his name's thing ever ends, maybe we could do something with
Something
that.
with that. But Maria, if you're still listening, on our YouTube, we made a fan film called the
Mm-hmm.
VCU, the Voicemail Cinematic Universe, and we had our fans illustrate the voicemails to a story that they did through the voicemails. And there's some really amazing ones on there. A lot of Lego stop motion, some Foley CG animated ones, but go check that out because Maria, you love art, and we have some artists in our fandom.
And you love. There's a lot of characters that you like
Yeah,
in it.
but yeah, that was one of our. That was such an amazing project, and it took like a year and a half or whatever to like from
Yeah,
start
didn't
to
we have
finish.
it out for like? Yeah, we
From like the first
premiered it.
voicemail to like when we debuted it. Like that was like a year and a half, I think it was, and it was slow moving. Like I thought it was gonna take like 5 years to get done, but then when Dazdor came in, it was like, all right, I'm doing all these Lego stop motion. He was just pumping them out. Like it was like probably one a week I'd be getting from him or something like that, and I just
Mm-hmm.
added in one illustration at a time, one Lego stop motion at a time, and um, it was a lot of fun. And then like Andrew, he did like the intro music for the opening crawl that I made. That was super fun. And then from that, like Lucy, she continued the story, like a sequel story on her podcast. That was super cool and a lot of
She
fun.
finished that too, right?
She finished the first like season or book of it or whatever. So there's supposed to be like a 3-season story, but they don't know when they're going to get to the other stories. But Dazdor started like animating that one. Like he did like the opening scene from her first
I saw
episode.
that. Yeah.
It's like an 8-minute fully CG lined up with the audio. Like it was super amazing. But yeah, like I wish we could do more stuff like that, like cool fan stuff that we can get the fans involved in more projects. But it's we're a small crew and we're busy and everyone's busy. But like I don't know what we could do for other like fan related projects. But it's
Like I
just a lot
said,
of
I
fun.
think the coup d'etat verse
That one
might
would be
be the
really
next
hard
one.
because I have to like go back and try and find when it started.
Every. Yep.
Luckily, I have them. I have them all under name, so under Garrett, I can just search all of them on my computer. But like, I have to like go in and listen
It's
to
not.
them all
It's
again.
not on
And
the computer that crashed, is it?
no, I have everything here. I transferred
Oh,
everything from my old computer onto this one. That was a project because like I didn't back it up, or I backed up a lot of stuff was backed up, but like not everything. So like I actually took apart my old computer, took out the hard drive, and like connected it to a USB thing, and plugged it into my new computer and transferred the files over. It was kind of
yeah.
funny. But that's my number 3.
All right.
Drew.
My number 3 was the first live show that Empire Radio was involved in.
Oh, the ICCC thing.
ICCC. Yeah.
I did not
ICC.
have that as an account. That's not one of our counted episodes.
No,
But that
it's
because it was
not.
only like 12 minutes. But that was you, Andrew, and
Tanner.
Tanner, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a really fun day. There was like a group of people in there, and it was really fun and nerve wracking. And that was like Andrew already was no longer a part of the podcast.
Right. That was summer 2022. Was that like middle of summer or something like that?
Yeah, I like he like recently was done, and then I already grabbed him out of retirement essentially,
Oh,
and
I think that was
it was May. It was in
it,
May.
it was like the first like the last couple day or two of April, and because I remember I had plans that weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I couldn't
And
go
then
to
your
that.
plans went through.
Didn't they fell through, so I could have went, but whatever.
Yeah, but that was a really fun like that live show was fun. It was a fun experience, and like we went on like right after Rebel Force Radio went on, so that was really cool. Like to like see the other podcasters.
Right.
in like the Star Wars community, and like the show was really sweet. One of the best Star Wars cons I've been to, and like there was a couple people that we've ended up interviewing since then, and
Because Nilda was
yeah,
like you knew her before then, but you like met her in person there.
I like knew her from like watching her toy collections on YouTube,
Right.
but I never like knew her.
Right.
So that was really cool. And then trying to think. And then honestly, part of that too, which I kind of want to like add to it, was the live streams that me and Andrew were just doing on Twitch on our road trip.
Oh yeah. I don't know. It was. I think you did it on the Discord. You were just doing it live
I
on the
don't know. I
Discord.
think they're on Twitch.
I don't know. I don't know.
I
I
don't
remember.
know.
But I remember like, I remember watching that and like Tanner and Andrew were like trying to figure out the chord progression of some song or something.
Yeah.
It was so boring. I'm like, what do you guys? No one
I
cares.
think it was because it was right after. It was like shortly after. It was a few months after the Super Bowl, and that was the Super Bowl that Drake's Super Bowl, or no, Dr. Dre's Super Bowl was there. So
Yeah.
then it was that like the rap song, and Tanner was in the back with his stupid phone
I
with
don't
his
remember
keyboard
that.
trying to play this. Yeah, it was funny. But yeah, like that was sweet. And then like we were ordered a pizza, we're like driving, and yeah, that was
Oh, on your drive back.
on
Oh,
the drive
that
back
Twitch
one.
was a drive back. I thought you meant like, I remember in the hotel
Oh
you
yeah,
were
the
in
hotel was
Discord live stream.
Discord live stream.
And then I remember I was watching that and like you were like, you know, 20 minutes left like till you got back to Andrew's place.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys, man, we should have just turned because it was dark in the car because it
Well,
was
yeah,
at
you
night.
guys couldn't see us, but we are talking. But then
And
the whole
then
you could
you
have
could
flipped
just,
the camera around and saw like the headlights of the car. It would
or
have
you're
been cooler.
driving and stuff in the
Yeah,
road.
it was so dumb.
Rookie
So
mistake.
if we ever take a road trip together, now I know to face the camera at the dark towards the car, so you can just watch us drive.
Because the only time that I think would happen would be if
If Star
Star
Wars
Wars
Celebrations
Celebration
in
next year,
Chicago,
Chicago, but like it's like a 30-minute flight down. Like I don't know if I want to sit in a car for
it's
6 hours.
really, dude, it's really hard for me to drive anywhere these days. If you know, you know. I guess it's hard. But
But
then I don't know, everything's crashing, so maybe I should just drive again. But yeah,
we'll find out in a couple of months where
hopefully.
the next celebration will be. Hopefully Chicago, but it's probably gonna be LA or
And we're not doing a
Orlando.
road trip for that.
No, we're flying.
Yeah.
But yeah, ICCCon live
Yeah.
live
That was
recording.
fun.
That was pretty cool. All right, we're at our number twos already. Number two for me, the voicemails. The whole voicemail thing was a game changer for us because, like, all right, so I'm not gonna have. This is a spoiler for my last one, but for number one, but I did not put our like fans on this list. But I'm using the voicemails as a segue, kind of like to overlap with the fans, like, because it was 4 years ago, like this week ish. Or like I think it's like beginning of next week or something was the first voicemail from Lucy that we got, and January 1st of that year is when we launched our Discord, and we had people in the Discord join, blah, 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 and stuff. But once we started doing voicemails, that's like when a lot of people were interacting with us. A lot of people were joining Discord. And that's kind of like what really, I felt, pushed our fan interaction, and I really established our community. So it's like the voicemails are so important. We've every week since then, we've had a voicemail. We haven't missed one yet. And so that's super fun for 4 years now. Like, Lucy, if you're listening, you're the oldest of G's, and you kicked it off.
Oldest.
And so it's like we are in a debt to Lucy for how much she's done for our community and our podcast just with sending in a voicemail.
Because how long we asked?
We were asking for like over a year because that was.
We would just keep asking, like, "Hey, you guys can send us voicemails. You guys should do it." we'll put you on.
And
And
Lucy
now
was
it's like
like,
it'd be weird if we didn't do voicemail time.
and
Like,
sometimes we only get one, and I get nervous. I'm like telling Discord, "Hey, everyone, like we don't got one yet. Like, send us one. We get one." But like, I don't know. I just it's just fun hearing new people that send us ones in. We got a new person tonight for a first time sender
ooh,
tonight,
sweet.
so that's kind of cool. We love hearing like accents from people from other countries and stuff. So it's
Yeah,
just
to
cool
like
seeing our reach. It goes to so many different people.
correct. Like it's really cool to like we've gotten some from Australia, Mexico. What was that guy's name from Mexico? That guy was. I feel bad. I'm sorry if you're listening.
That was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago, but also
I want to say like Alejandro, maybe. I don't
I
know
don't
if that's
know.
right.
It was fun. It was a cool time. I think it was the first like international
That was our first
one we
international.
got.
He was from Mexico, but he was living in Canada,
Yeah.
sending a voicemail to Americans.
Yeah. He like jumped over all of us, went to Canada.
And then he said, "May the force be with you" in Spanish.
Oh yeah, that I remember that moment because that like gave me chills, dude. Like
Yep,
that was so dope. I'm like, so
yep,
like we've got them from Europe. Like yeah, it's a really really cool like feature. Jakob, Mr. Island over there, like let's
yep.
go. So it's just really fun. So you guys, we can't stress it enough. It's not that we want more listeners necessarily. It's not even about that. It's about like we like to hear your guys's voices and we want your voices to be heard in this community. And we just get a lot of joy out of it. I think that's like one of my favorite things too. Like it's not on my list, but it's definitely impacted us, which is it's really sweet. So yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
agree.
if you've, I know a lot of people after once the voicemails start, they stop listening. I look at the statistics
No,
on
no,
the
you
thing, but
guys
like,
don't do that.
don't do that. Like, it's a lot of fun, and if you haven't heard voicemails and like you don't know our call to like join the voicemail section, like if you're listening, please send in a voicemail. Like we know there are hundreds of people that listen that have never sent in, thousands of people who listen who haven't ever sent in a voicemail. Like we'd love to hear from you. Just go on a link in the description and click it, and there's a easy way. You don't even have to sign up. You just push record and then push send. It's super easy, and so we'd love to hear from you moving forward. But voicemails, that's my number two. Drew, what's your number two?
All right, my number 2 is kind of for the fans. Empire Con.
Oh, dang. Okay, now it's
That
like, well, I was trying to think about what your number one would be. I thought that was going to be your number one.
no.
So it's like now I'm like, what is his number one?
My number 1 is
Oh, we'll get to it.
yeah. But anyways, yeah, so Empire Con, that was really really fun experience. A lot of work mostly on Jeremiah's part,
Yeah,
but
all the work on my head. I said,
but
like, is it okay if we do this? And he's like, sure. And then I'll go email some
yeah.
company or
But
something.
like it was really fun and like it wasn't huge by any means, but it was huge for us. Like it was really fun. And like it's stressful putting on something like that, having people like almost everyone besides like a handful of people came from out of state, which is crazy to think about. Like people
Like,
were
people
like
flew to see us.
yeah, like people
They
spent
flew
a
here to
lot
see
of
us
money
and spent money to like buy tickets to go.
just to like hang out with us. So like that was really cool. And like and it wasn't like I said, it wasn't like a massive con or anything, but it was so personal that I feel like some people liked it. Like I don't
Yeah,
know,
Lucy and her
we
family, they thought it was the best thing ever. Like, they really liked it.
yeah, and they spent a lot of money to come, and like they were in boring Minnesota for like a week, like I don't know, like it was a fun event, and it was really cool to like just be personal with people, and like the first day was fun, but it was kind of like I don't know how to describe it. Like it just feels kind of weird, like just like meeting all these people that listen to your voice all the time, but you don't really see their faces. So it's kind of this like weird moment. But then by the end of it, we are like all friends and like just buddy. Like we message like a lot of these listeners, like we talk to their parents now. Like, so it's like really cool. Like it was just a cool event and like it was really fun. So shout out to all you guys, and maybe one day we'll do it again. And
We'll do
like
a
I said,
meetup at a celebration
we're
in
gonna do one for
2026.
sure at a celebration because it's gonna take
It'll be a lot
zero
easier just to say meet
effort.
at this
And if
spot.
it's like in Orlando or if it's in like Orlando, like maybe we'll just do a night at like we'll just go to
We'll go.
Disney.
We'll go somewhere.
We'll do a
Somewhere that's free outside
well,
of any park, just so anyone can go. They don't have to have like a financial
true, we'll do
barrier.
that. But if people want to go to Disney with us and
Yep.
be with Jeremiah and film him his first walkthrough, and if you don't cry,
I'm not gonna cry. Why would I cry?
well, then you're not a real OG because I cried.
but also with we'll just keep going. But
Yeah.
Empire Con.
Empire Con was dope. Excited one day we'll do something like that again.
Yep. But before we get to our number one, we gotta do our thing we've been doing for years. I think we started this. I don't know how long into the podcast, but our sponsor
Right away.
Was it like literally the first few months, or when did we first start?
I think I had it booked in Mandalorian podcast, didn't I?
No.
No.
This was no, because
Oh,
the promo code is.
we had to
Empire
change
Radio.
the code.
No, we never had it during.
Oh, well.
I think it was like a few months in to Empire Radio. We started our sponsorship with Wesley Andrews Coffee and Tea. They've been with us every day, almost every episode. So if you love coffee and or tea, and you love a great subscription or just a single bag, whatever you want to do, do they do subscriptions still? Or
I
is it
think so.
just
I'm not
okay.
involved with them anymore, so it's kind of hard for me to answer these questions.
Right, that's right. But they're still here, and so if you want,
I still talk to them. Like it's not like that.
If you want a discount on some great coffee or tea, and you
code will still work.
Code
if it doesn't, let us know.
And you can help support us just a little bit. We'd love for you to check out Wesley Andrews Coffee and Tea out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. So take a listen to this commercial break.
Hey everyone, Andrew here. I'm pleased to tell you that the sponsor of today's episode is Wesley Andrews Coffee and Tea. If you don't know anything about Wesley Andrews, you definitely should. They're an award-winning coffee roaster and shop in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and they make fantastic coffee. The awesome thing is that whether you live in the Twin Cities or not, you can get their coffee beans delivered straight to your door by ordering them online. They even have a subscription service that ensures you never run out of amazing coffee. If you've been looking for some new coffee to try or a way to elevate your normal coffee routine, now's your chance. Head over to wesleyandrews.cc, use the code EMPIRERADIO, that's with a capital E and a capital R with no space at checkout, to get 15% off your first purchase of any bags of coffee or a coffee subscription. I can't think of a better deal. Get 15% off some great coffee, support a small business, and support your favorite Star Wars podcast. In the words of Emperor Palpatine, do it.
Do it.
Do it.
All right. Well, before we get into our number ones, we like to do some honorable mentions. We can just kind of brainstorm some things. I got some written down. But one, my fan fiction, Bad Batch fan fiction, which I have not finished.
That was
what?
That was almost on my list.
Was almost on the list.
It was dope. It was fun.
Dude,
it was sweet.
I'm so like I was like, when was it? It had been last summer or something. I was like, I'm gonna write season 3. I'm gonna get this done. I went and re-listened to every episode just to like get a full refresher of everything that I came up with. And I tried writing it, and I'm like, I couldn't get from the beginning of where we left off to like the end scene that I've been my whole time. My end scene has been there. Like I've known from the beginning how I wanted it to end.
Do you think it's kind of hard too because they ended?
No,
No,
because
that's not your.
I
I
had
feel
my
like
end goal anyway. So regardless of what happened in the show,
you know what you need to do. You need like take a weekend on video with Lucy and brainstorm with her, and she can help you write this out. She's a professional. Like,
professional. She'll be a
hey,
professional.
she
someday.
is going to be a professional. And then you can call in Grace, and she can make sure we won't get sued for it, and then you'll be good.
I'm not gonna get sued for fan fiction, but like I don't know. I was just I like wrote everything down. Like I had like a web of how all these things. I'm like I gotta get from here all the way to here, and I just didn't know how to do it, and I kind of got discouraged. And someone in our voicemails tonight mentions the batch fan fiction, and I'm like, dang
Mention that
it,
you need
I
to
gotta
do it.
I gotta
Dude,
get
you
it
need
done.
to. I literally was like, oh, that was on my list, and then I kicked it off for blind ranking because
So yeah,
it's definitely one of my honorable mentions too. Like it was fun and it was cool, and we had no idea what you were doing with it. And yeah, I don't know.
and then it was just crazy how so much of what I came up with before any of the Bad Batch came out, like first season came out, second season came out, like there's a lot of parallels to what actually happened in the show,
Yep,
and so that was pretty cool.
a lot. Yeah,
But so I have fan fiction, so maybe I'll try and get it done. I don't know. We'll see.
you need to do it, bro.
I need to do it.
Like I said, take a weekend with Lucy. She would love it.
She probably would. That'd be a lot of fun.
That would be fun.
Um,
Have Addie with you.
yep, she could be there too. But so there's that. Something I
Try to
had.
kill off Omega just for Addie.
No, Omega's not even in the fan fiction at all.
Oh dang! Oh yeah.
This is before
We
any of
didn't
the
know
shows.
she was. Oh
It
wow!
was before any trailers. It was only after it was announced. Like it was announced, and like we talked about it on the podcast, and we were like, talking about like what could happen, and then like that week,
Wow,
I was like,
Omega's not even in it.
yep. Something I had on my list today that I took off, was the first Ahsoka trailer breakdown when Andrew came back. That was just a fun episode. It was the first time in like over a year that he was on, and like he wasn't. I was like, we texted him. I'm like, bro, just come tonight. Like it's just was on the weekend. I think it was a Saturday night or something. Like, I'm like, bro, just come. And so he jumps on. Like he ats everybody in the Discord that he's gonna be on, and like that was like one of our biggest like Twitch live stream.
Oh,
we had like 20 plus people in there just because Andrew came back. Plus, it was the Ahsoka trailer everyone's hyped about, and that was just a fun episode. And because of that, he has come back to be like on like once a month or whenever he can come on.
they
So it's
gave
like
him that. He's okay, you guys. He's told us once a month, but his life has been kind of crazy right now. So
and he's making it up for 4 straight weeks coming up. So like we're getting a lot of Andrew in the future, and then hopefully we can get him for some Star Wars Celebration trailer breakdowns and announcement stuff too, maybe.
Yeah.
So he's still alive and kicking. He's just busy moving and doing other stuff right now. So
his life's a little chaotic. So
that was that one. I actually had on my list one of my in the moment like jokes that I had on one of our episodes from Bad Batch season 1. It was when Sid was sitting down and having a heart to heart with Omega when all the Bad Batch left on a mission. She was just by herself, and I was like talking about how she was being grandmotherly, having a talk with her young granddaughter type moment, and Andrew was like, yeah, she's just a grand lizard. And I was like, you mean a grand Doshan? Because she's a Trandoshan. And Andrew was so like mad that I got that so good. You were hyped. You were like, oh, hit the button. And like Andrew's like, that was just a well played, you deserve a button. I got the button finally, and that was just a good pun, a grand Doshan. That was a fun. And there's just other funny moments, like just other jokes that we have, dad jokes in the moment that 3 of us come up with, like this funny, our whole dad joke thing that we've.
Dude, I'm kind of mad. So it's been a kind of loosely a tradition when we do interviews. I somehow figure out how to tell my Luke joke, and I forgot to do it in the last interview.
Oh,
because remember when I told it to Grace?
She thought it was terrible.
What? I thought she thought it was hilarious.
No, like she thinks it's funny now, like when you tell it a second time. But that first time, she is like,
"Oh yeah," I told it once, and she thought it was horrible. And then it was like the next time we had her on, and I told it again, and she thought it was, and I'm like,
I think it's because she didn't know us back then, the first time. But now that she knows us, she
understands our humor,
and our jokes. So, but speaking of Grace. That was another thing I had on my list I took off was Grace joining the podcast on a semi-regular basis.
Yeah.
Like, having Grace was just an amazing addition. Like, she just fits in with us so well, and she's super awesome, super funny, super smart. Like, she understands her Star Wars, and it's like we couldn't have asked for a better guest host from time to time. So,
yeah.
I'm happy that we have her on the podcast. I know everyone listening loves her, too. Like, she's just been great. But that's all I had.
Both of our semi-hosts were once interviewed, and they leave, and we look at each other, and we're like, they didn't come back on. We need to get them back on. Andrew, he walked out of the room, and we're like,
oh, yeah. I was like, who are you talking about? Who else are you talking about?
Because we interviewed
on the Mandalorian
old OGs
podcast.
Will know that Andrew did this theme for the Mandalorian season 1 before we had any music or anything. He just created a theme, which I need to go back and listen to it because I like that theme. I need to just clip it and just have it somehow, or see if he has it still. But yeah, so we used to have this interesting theme that he created, and then we just interviewed him for the final episode, or this.
It was
after this season 1 was over,
mid-January,
and then he walked away, and we're like,
"We got to start another podcast."
Yep, because we enjoyed doing the Mandalorian so much, we could not just be done. How are we gonna do this? Wait another 2 years to start recording? No, we gotta. Yeah, so. That's kind of our origin. You guys heard it before, but for you new listeners, there you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, any other honorable mentions you got? Any other things you?
Dude, there's so many. That weird, horrible recording that I did for a trailer reaction that somehow blew up.
Oh, that's stupid.
And
that's so stupid. Your audio doesn't work at all, and then
it's horrible audio. For some reason, my camera wasn't focusing. The lighting was horrible, and I threw it up in 2 seconds. I didn't even care about it. I was like, "This is stupid. It's not going to do anything," and it blew up. Still don't understand why.
Well, that's a different. You're thinking of two different. So you have the one that went viral. It went 3,500 views. That's different than the one that had no audio. The one with no audio still got a lot because, because our whole thing was because you always get yours up before mine. People watch yours, and then Empire Radio's thing has already been suggested to them, so they don't get another suggestion for mine.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do an experiment. I'm gonna put mine up first.
Which one was that one?
I don't know. It had to have been. I don't know. Can't remember. It was one of the most recent ones from last fall or something. But
Skeleton Crew, maybe?
I don't know. But you waited for mine to go up, and then you post yours, and yours still had more views than mine, even though you had no audio. Even though it doesn't matter because people when they click on a video, they don't know if the audio works or not. But
true.
It was just stupid that you got a couple hundred more views than me, and I was up first. I was mad.
I think it was Skeleton Crew because you went first, and I literally almost posted the exact same thumbnail that you did.
I do remember that almost happened
because I uploaded it, and I was like, "Wait, that's the same photo that Jeremiah used.
Same expression,
action, on everything,
and then same exact screenshot from the trailer, in the same exact spot.
Yep.
That was really funny.
I'm pretty sure it was that one. I'm gonna make sure the quality of the reaction is perfect. And Jeremiah, you can still go first if you want.
We'll see if it drops this Saturday. Then I'll have mine up before yours because you'll be at work
By a lot of hours.
So
either way, I think it's just YouTube is just weird.
Yep.
It's just go follow us on YouTube.
Yep. Because last year for our YouTube, that was like a big jump for us on our YouTube with subscribers and views.
We need to break 1,000 next. Come on, guys.
Because
1,000 subscribers. Let's go.
I think at the end of last year, I kind of looked at our analytics a little bit. And I think it was almost 40% of our total lifetime views on YouTube took place in 2024. So now some of that was a little hype because you had your one that went viral, and then
viral is so aggressive.
And then we had some semi-viral Acolyte trailer or episode breakdowns that
true
had some issues that we got a lot of extra views, but we still got tons of views on the Acolyte breakdowns. And then our book reviews have been going like crazy. It's kind of crazy because you can see the duration of the average duration of people retention rate. And doesn't matter what YouTube channel you are, that average retention rate is always very, very small, short compared to the actual length of videos, average length of videos. But our book reviews actually go what was it? It's 7 or 8 times longer retention rate than our average podcast episodes.
We need to get in with Disney and them send us the book a month before so we can actually
do it early and have it release day review.
When it comes out, we can review it.
That'd be cool if we could do that for the next.
That would be so cool.
Well, the hard thing would be they wouldn't have the audiobook ready.
No.
Which would suck because I want to hear Mark Thomas
without Mark. We also have plans to interview Mr. Mark. So, our goal. We've talked to him
someday maybe, but things got switched around. But no promises. But yeah, so follow us on YouTube. We would love to have more views on there. Mm-hmm. We have plenty of people following us on Spotify and all that stuff, but YouTube, I put a lot of work in those videos to get the videos edited and put it up, and
we could put those on Spotify, those videos, but we want people to go over to our YouTube. So
yeah,
go over there.
And there's a lot more people on YouTube than there are on Spotify. So
yeah, I don't even have Spotify anymore.
You don't?
Nope. YouTube. I pay for YouTube Premium, so
weird.
The only thing I pay for, the only subscription.
So that means you're stealing for all the.
No, it means I have a family, and
okay.
We all split our things.
All right. Any more honorable mentions?
Nope. Number one.
What do you think my number one is?
I don't know. I don't want to guess and then end up saying mine, but I have a feeling that we might have the same one.
We do not have the same one.
How do you know?
Because my number one is something you've already mentioned on your list.
Okay. That makes it EmpireCon.
EmpireCon.
Nice.
2023. That was so much fun. It was a lot of work, but it was super fun meeting Lucy and her family, and then Elias and his mom came up, and then there's other people locally
Daddy Palps
and
yeah, without that con, I don't think I ever would have ended up going duck hunting with him.
And you having that hat that you have right now.
Yeah. And also now I duck hunted more this year without him than he went by himself.
Funny.
But I've gone with him a couple times this last year. But yeah, now I'm addicted. Now I have a problem.
Yep. But yes, so EmpireCon was a lot of fun. That Saturday was our main event day where more people came on that day, and we just played board games and hung out and ate Chipotle that was catered in and ate junk food, and then we debuted the VCU that day on the big screen, or not the big screen, big screen TV in the place that we rented.
Mm-hmm.
And Like everyone there got to see the VCU before anyone else saw it on YouTube.
Yep. And
So that
like we
was
were all
cool.
like talking, laughing, like
And I sat in the back because I watched through this thing a million times. I was
yes.
edited, so I knew everything that was happening. But it was cool. I sat in the back, and I was just watching everyone react. And you
It was
know,
a fun moment.
Lucy was one of the stars, and she also like put in like artwork too for that. And like, you know, when her artwork would pop up, and I would do like camera moves and stuff with the picture, like she would look back at me like when I do something funny with it or whatever. And like it was just cool seeing people's reactions. And then that
And
night
Lucy's little brother was in it too.
oh
So
yeah,
he was also at the con, and he thought that was really cool. So it was
yep.
cool for him.
And then that night we rented out a theater and watched Rogue One, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then
It was really sweet. I was sat in the very back row with Daddy Pops and watched it. It was sweet.
Yep. And then the next day we went to Mall of America and did a scavenger hunt, and that was a lot of fun. And we had dinner with Lucy and her family, and
Miles was like hanging out with Lucy and stuff. Yeah, it was
yeah,
cool.
so that was just a lot of fun meeting the fans. And then so it's like I can't wait till Celebration 2026, assuming that's the United States, to like do another fan meet and greet. And I feel like because it's our celebration, like a lot more people will go because it's like a big destination type thing.
Yeah.
And it'll be a lot more time to plan. And so, because like when we had like 7 months or 7.5 months between Empire Con and when we announced it, and like, but Star Wars Celebration, there'll be more time to like plan ahead, and people will get hyped for that. So, yeah. So Empire Con, favorite thing in the last 5 years that we've been doing this, and
Yeah, it was dope.
who knows what the future holds for the next 5 years. But now I don't know what your number one is. I'm kind of
I'm surprised.
something with voicemails or like the fan interaction, like the community. But
Okay, my number one, I think, is the best moment of Empire Radio of us three. The OGs. You, me, Andrew.
oh, just the three of us when we were doing it full time.
Yep.
Yep. Now you're making me sad that we don't have it anymore.
Yeah. Oh, watermelon. And that was off stream.
The watermelon. I almost had that as honorable mention. I was thinking about that. Our
Yeah.
watermelon debate.
That it's still well, okay, so what really made me think about it was like when we did our live podcast episode at Empire Con, we did a live, which was really sweet too. You forgot to mention that. We did that.
A live recording. So that's an episode that of our 300 is a
Yep.
live recording at Empire Con.
Yep. And we did it in front of people, and it was weird. Like, even in the video, we're like, this is weird. People are watching us. Like, this is weird. But like, like Jeremiah made a game. We made a game out of it, out of that moment. That
Watermelon,
yeah.
which I won.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that part. But yeah, Jeremiah won that. Whatever. I would have. Okay, whatever. But then I was like, oh yeah, that is like. It was off stream. Because we used to like do these and then like just talk for a couple hours on stream.
Or like a couple hours. We would hang out for like 20, 30 minutes after recording
recording
on Twitch with people.
And we would just talk to you guys. We don't really have a lot of time to do that these days, but yeah, so then that was just a thing. And that clip is on YouTube, so you guys can go watch that if you guys haven't seen that, if you're new.
And that was our terrible quality.
It was really bad quality.
But I clipped it and downloaded it and edited it, and like I posted it like a while after that happened. Like it wasn't even like the next day I reposted it. I was like I had to like search for it.
It was like a year
later. It was like a year after that, like I came up again in conversation. I was like, I gotta find that, and I edited it and put it up. But go check that out, the watermelon debate on YouTube. Maybe I'll put that in the.
You should put that one and then put our debate.
The
Actually, debate. You should put all the one yours and mine debate.
All right.
That was yours. But yeah, so the watermelon thumb, that was like my favorite moment. Because we were just picking on you and trolling you. And it was
I
funny.
still don't like that you guys don't like cantaloupe.
Ugh. We're not having this conversation.
No, we are having this conversation
No,
because
we're not.
because if you don't, you gotta let it sit and ripen. Like if you just buy it and cut it up, it's not good.
The
You have
issue
to
is
let it
I
sit.
would never buy it.
And here's the thing: the best part of the cantaloupe is like the little like semi gelatin stuff that the seeds are connected to. And
Yes.
people, they just scrape it all out, and then you get rid of 90% of the flavor. So if you just lightly scrape out the seeds, you have that little semi-translucent jello type stuff on the edge on the inside. You get so much more flavor. So it's like if I got one and cut it, and you tried it, I bet you'd like it more.
Well, when we do our meetup, and if we end up going to a restaurant, we got to make sure the restaurant has cantaloupe, and we'll just all eat it for you.
Or we'll just, well, if it's in LA, they have all those like people.
We'll just go to a vendor.
They might not be around, unfortunately. But there's people that push around fruit carts with fresh fruit. And it's like, cut it up right in front of you.
Well, and I wonder if Andrew's changed his mind since living in LA.
No. Because when we had that first blind ranking, I did fruit ranking, and you guys were so both mad about.
Oh yeah, we're
scared that I was going to put that on there, and he's still mad about that. But I'm still saying you have to let it ripen, and you have to cut it properly. It's a lot better.
Honorable mention that I forgot that I know Andrew would have had this on his honorable mention is your pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Did we?
That was an Easter vlog. So there's a vlog of when you guys came over on Easter. That was, would that have been? That would have been after he moved back to North Carolina. So that would have been like April 2021 or March or April of 2021, I think. And so there's an Easter vlog. When we used to do vlogs. Remember that when we've had like 3 or 4 vlogs, and now we don't do that anymore. Oh, whatever happened to that Twin Cities Con vlog? Now we can't get free admission anymore because we don't have proof that we actually use as a way to promote.
We'll get free admission. Don't worry about it.
Whatever. I don't even know if we're going to go again. I don't know. If Maria and her sister get a booth at Empire Con, maybe I'll go just so I can support her.
You mean Twin Cities Con?
Twin Cities Con. But.
Well, yeah, if her sister and them get a booth, maybe we'll share a booth with her.
Split a booth?
Maybe we should split a booth with them.
That'd be kind of cool.
That would be actually probably worth it at this point.
I think it's $750 for a single like booth.
But we just split one table.
Yeah.
They can sell this stuff, and we'll just have a banner with our logo and
maybe
give out cards scanned for whatever.
But yeah, pizza. I'm still trying to perfect the pizza dough. I'm still like yeast-based doughs is so hard for me. Like it's just not easy. But I'm always making tweaks to it and trying new things with my pizza dough, but it's always pretty good. So
yeah, it was good. All right. Well, should we get into our favorite time?
It's been a ride these last 5 years, but for everyone, our favorite time of every episode is voicemail time, so let's transition over. It's voicemail time. All right, well, we sent out the message for a bunch of people to send in voicemails, and we got a bunch, more than we normally do. So we got, was it 7? I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 voicemails.
Sweet.
So first up from Sky King in the Discord. Let's take a listen.
Hey, Empire Radio, Sky King here. I was just calling in to ask you guys a question. What are your favorite characters outside of Star Wars? For me, it's definitely Joel and Ellie. from The Last of Us, or maybe Echo from Arcane on Netflix. That's my boy.
Haven't seen that.
So yeah, what are your favorite characters? And before I go, most importantly, I just want to say happy 5-year anniversary.
Oh, heck yeah. Let's go, bro.
Yeah, I've been around for most of it. Pretty much all of it was listening back in the Mandalorian podcast days. Big fan. Love you guys. Keep up the good work and happy 5 years. Bye.
Wow.
All right.
Was that like
Thank
a
you, Sky King.
truck?
I don't know. It was a little. I feel like I don't know if he has kids
Sounded
and it was like a toy that he just like.
Oh,
touched.
maybe.
I don't know.
Well, shout out to you.
Yeah, get a better button. Come on, Sky.
It almost sounded like maybe he was in a semi and he was pulling.
Maybe is that what it was?
It kind of sounded like that. You gotta send in another voicemail and let us know what your button was.
Let us know. But he's an OG from the Mandalorian podcast. So who do we all know from? So Sky King, Daniel Contreras. Shout out to him.
Yes.
And then Sydney, who I did that baking collab. That's a big thing I should have had. I don't know the baking collab with Sydney from a few years ago.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. I still got to bring back Coruscant Cafe.
Yeah, what the heck? Speaking of vlogs.
I forgot about that.
Where's yours?
So that was a 3. But if you are still with us from the Mandalorian podcast days, let us know. Like, how many people are still following us after all these years, even longer than Empire Radio fans. So
trying to think. I think wasn't David Mandalorian podcast listener?
No, I don't think so.
No,
because he discovered us because we reviewed the Ewoks movies.
Oh yeah,
he's like, who are these idiots watching these? And he got hooked from that. But yeah. But his question.
Oh, dude, I forgot the honorable mention. Watching.
Oh, we watched the first movie first Ewok movie in person together in that vlog. Then we had technical difficulties, so we couldn't have our reaction in it. But
then didn't we watch the holiday special together?
No,
I think me and Andrew did.
You two watched it, a live stream of it. They got
pulled.
It didn't get pulled. I think it's restricted in certain countries, so I think it's still on our YouTube that you can watch. But I can't remember. I have to go look, but I think it's still up there. It's that if you're in Russia, you can't watch it or something like that. But Sky King's question: our favorite characters outside of Star Wars. He mentions Joel and Ellie. That's definitely up there for me because my favorite video game of all time. And they just announced today that season 2, April 13th.
Oh,
so they said April before, but there wasn't any date. But April 13th, so a week before Star Wars Celebration, the first episode is airing. So wow. I'm excited for that. I'm pumped. But like for MCU, like I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man's always a favorite. Loki is pretty cool ever since his show.
For some reason, this is way off topic a little bit, but Miles for some reason forgets that Obi-Wan, because he's been playing with my toys.
Yep.
Don't ask me. I'm super annoyed. My whole Clone Wars collection is just ruined. But anyways, he's been playing and he's been playing Obi-Wan and he's like, oh, Loki. I'm like, who is Loki? He's like, I want Loki. And I'm like, you mean Obi-Wan? Yeah. That's like not at all the same, like anything. It's so weird. But yeah. So every time I hear Loki, I just think of Obi-Wan for some reason now. But
other characters, anyone from Stranger Things. That's a great show. All the characters in there are great.
What about Cobra Kai characters?
I don't know.
I haven't watched the last one.
So I watched the part 1 of the last season. I didn't watch part 2, and I know just part 3 just came out.
Yeah, I'm gonna binge it.
But I'm waiting to get a bunch of stuff on Netflix to binge.
It's done now though.
Because now that it's $25 a month, I'm like, I'm not gonna pay for it. Before I was no problem paying like $15 a month just to watch 1 or 2 things. now I'm just waiting. I might just wait till Stranger Things
Or then
comes, and then
binge
watch
everything.
Cobra Kai, some other things, and then I think I'm gonna rewatch all of Stranger Things before season 6 or 5. 5?
5.
5. But
That's another show that's taking
which
forever.
they implied that every episode is gonna be like a 2-hour movie. So there's gonna be like 8 2-hour movies probably for the final season of, because they spent a year filming. Most shows and
Jeez.
movies they spend 90 to 100 days filming. So I'm super excited for Stranger
Holy.
Things. Like, we're doing a YouTube exclusive
Yep.
review, so you got to binge that. You can't take a month to watch all that. You got to binge that, get it done in 1 week.
Should we, if you guys want us to, you guys got to let us know. And it's got to be at least 100 people that say yes to this. I don't know if we'll have a poll, comment on YouTube, go to YouTube and comment. But if you guys want us to do, maybe we'll do a YouTube exclusives on every season of Stranger Things. Go back, rewatch them.
Oh
and just
dang,
do
dude,
it.
that's
Hey, that would be cool. That'd be fun.
maybe if we did a Patreon and people were paying us.
Yeah,
But
whatever.
you
100 people
don't
need a comment.
act like you have time for that.
I don't, but definitely don't at all. I have no time to do anything anymore. But just saying.
But yes, what other characters do you like outside of
Stranger Things is definitely up there. Character like Lord of the Rings is up there for me. And I've been really into Harry Potter recently. Been reading those books
Oh yeah,
for the first time. And
are you doing it with audiobook?
yeah, okay, so
Who's the narrator for that? Are they the same
I
person
don't
or
know. Okay, so for the first book I listened to the audio from what's it called? Audible. The second book, I've been listening to this guy, this YouTuber from Europe who has been reading it and putting out one chapter at a time. And so I'm not done with it because he hasn't released them all, but he's been doing his own narration and it's amazing. Sadly, I'm not going to wait to finish all the books for him
Right.
because I don't have time for that because
right?
it's been forever. But shout out to this guy. He is amazing. His voice is just crazy. So good. And he's been reading it and he's doing like all the voices for everyone. And this boy needs to get a job and get paid. So I've been watching that. But
So there's
anyways,
Andy Serkis does the audiobook for the Lord of the Rings,
yes.
which is pretty cool.
I've done those before. Those are sick. And during COVID, he was reading them live.
I think I remember hearing that.
Like I watched, I think he did The Hobbit too. So I think I watched that one. But he was just like sitting in his room with like the paper and just reading it off the page and doing it live during COVID. It was so dope. I'm like, people just need to do that. Like, it was so cool.
Should we start doing that with books? Where
Heck, I can't do that.
we start reading
You can do
everything
it.
and come up with our own voices?
Oh, dude, this guy, I'll send it to you, Jeremiah. He did the first one, but I already read it before. So if
Right.
you want to get into Harry Potter, Jeremiah,
I've seen the movies. I'm good.
the books are way better, dude.
That's what everyone says.
Way better. But this guy's voice, I'm like, dude, it's awesome. So yeah, Harry Potter is up there for me. Yeah. Stranger Things. Cobra Kai, the first couple seasons. I don't know how I feel.
Do you have a
about it
favorite
now.
Office character?
Ooh, that's a good question. Dwight or Michael Scott. They're
I think
kind of
it's-
tied.
I think rather than like specific characters, I like the interaction of certain pairs of characters. Like Jim and Dwight, like when when Jim messes with Dwight, like that's just super cool. Or just like Michael whenever he's trying to be a cool guy between
Dude.
anyone. It's always like the pairing of like the interactions.
Yes,
It's always
true, dude. What about? Did you watch How I Met Your or New Girl?
No.
Oh,
I know you want me to, but I don't
I
care.
really want you to. Anyways, New Girl. That's another one. Yes, characters on New Girl. Nick and Schmidt are like the funniest people ever. Jeremiah, you would love it. I know you would love it. I know it.
I don't know.
I know. Just how I knew you would like Lost Stars and you apologized for not reading it sooner.
Yeah, but that's
I
Star
know you well
Wars.
enough. We've done 5 years of talking weekly.
And we've known each other our whole life.
Yes.
Even though there was like a
There's a
10-year
gap
empty
there, but
gap. But thank you, Sky King. Hope to hear from you again in the future.
yes.
Next up, someone we haven't heard from in a while, but one of our boys, Nate Keeney. He's back. Let's take a listen to him.
Ooh.
Hey, Empire Radio. This is Nate. I know it's been a while since I've sent in a voicemail. I've just been really busy lately, but I knew I had to send one in for the 300th episode. My question is, what is your guys' personal favorite episode that you guys have done out of the last 300 episodes? My personal favorites have been Jeremiah's Bad Batch fan fiction. Speaking of that, Jeremiah, we're still waiting on season 3. I really just want to thank you guys for making such an amazing podcast, and I hope to see you guys for the next 100 episodes.
All right, cool. Thank you, Nate Keeney.
So after 100, Nate, are you just going to not listen anymore or what?
Well, he's ready for the next one. He has to get ready for the ones after that. It takes 100 episodes at a time to get ready for the next 100.
That's fair.
But he said our favorite episodes that we've done on the podcast. So, like I mentioned, the Ahsoka trailer with Andrew when he came back. That was a lot of fun. The blind ranking ones are really fun.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we kind of went through it tonight.
A little bit.
Favorite. What did I write?
Any of the ones with when Grace is on, those are always fun.
Those are sweet, yeah.
So like, we just gotta get. I know Grace is super busy and has her own life, but it'd be cool if we could get her on for like more like stuff like the blind ranking stuff, like more like casual stuff rather than just books.
I think when we do our next like top 5 we had her on a top 5, right?
We had her for top 5 buy hunters, and she's gonna be in 2 weeks if Andor doesn't mess up our schedule. She'll be on for a top 6. Top 6, first week of March. So,
top 6 what?
Well, we already talked about this.
Oh well, it doesn't.
Well, we don't want to spoil it.
Okay, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'll look
for
at
the special holiday that we're celebrating that week. Remember? No. Oh gosh.
I'm a one day at a time kind of guy, Jeremiah.
But also trailer breakdowns. There's always hype with trailer breakdowns. Like those are really fun to do.
And like to look back at them and realize how wrong we are.
Oh yeah. I don't know. We did like 2 hours and 45 minutes on that Ahsoka trailer, and we got like every single thing wrong.
Nothing was right. But that's kind of the beauty of it, right? Is like we don't do a lot of like theory stuff. So like our trailers are like the only time we do them. And so we're not a theory podcast. There's one out there. Go check them out if you want. But yeah. So.
And yes, Nate Keeney, I hear you about Bad Batch fan fiction.
Yeah.
Maybe instead of trying to do like multiple episodes, maybe I'm just like a one big grand finale single episode. Not trying to be less ambitious, but like still get the heart of the final scene that I want. I've been planning.
Jeremiah, you have to do the same amount of episodes.
It's such a tearjerker and so amazing.
You have to. You know what be real? Okay, I already said this in this episode to have Lucy, but if you don't have Lucy, it'd be actually cool. I know that girl is busy as heck, but it'd be cool to have her with me listening to the last season that you.
Oh, to have her on.
Have her on consecutive weeks.
And we got to have Andrew on. Come back for that too. That'd be probably fun.
I feel like the odds are more in our favor to have Lucy on than Andrew for multiple weeks.
Well, by the time I get that thing written, he'll be more settled down. And
yeah, that's true. That's fair. But I think it would be cool because Lucy's a big Bad Batcher fan,
and when she sent in her first voicemail, she's like, she really liked my fan fiction. So
Didn't Lucy find us from
she found us through Clone Wars
Clone
Saved.
Wars Saved podcast?
Um,
One of the best logos we've had for sure, by the way.
Yep. All right. Thank you, Nate Keeney. It's always good to hear from you. And you said you've been busy and you haven't sent one in. Come on, it takes 30 seconds to send in a clip. You got all the time in the world, Nate. We believe in you. You can send it in more often. We love to hear from you. All right. Next up, we have a first-time sender, and her name is Yaretzi, with 2 very difficult questions that we won't be able to
Ooh.
answer, unfortunately.
Oh no.
But it's going to be awesome to hear from her, so let's take a listen.
Hello there. My name is Yaretsi, and I'm 14 years old, and I just recently started listening to your podcast like 2 months ago. And I have 2 questions. Number 1, what was the importance of the massacre of Galadron, and how does it progress the Star Wars as a universe? And number 2, what do you think would have happened if the massacre of Galadron never happened? Yeah, those are my 2 questions. And thank you for making this podcast.
All right. Thank you, Yaretsi. First time sender. And we're happy that you found us and you've been following us for 2 months. So hopefully you're binging us and you're getting it done. We got 22 days straight of content for you to listen to. But her questions are related to something from the EU, which if she's new to us, she might not know that Drew and I are not the biggest EU knowledgeable people. So I did Google it, and it takes place during the Jedi Mandalorian War, where there was a big battle between the Jedi and the Mandalorians, and it was in the EU. Dooku's like last mission that he was sent on by the Jedi Council before he disappeared and turned. And so
That's cool.
So what's the significance and what would have changed? Maybe Dooku wouldn't have turned to the dark side. Maybe he wouldn't have been so upset with the failure because I was reading and he said like the Jedi realized that they made mistakes during that mission and battle and all that stuff. And maybe it could have saved Dooku from turning to the dark side and giving up on the Jedi. But unfortunately, we don't know a lot about the EU. But if Andrew was here, that would have been a good question for him. Maybe after this next EU with Andrew series that he's doing, maybe we can have him look into the Jedi Mandalorian War.
Yeah.
Because we do know that is canon because I think it was in Mando Season 2, Boba, didn't he mention... Sorry, Kanan, when he was training Ezra, Kanan, he was saying how there was the Jedi Mandalorian War and the Jedi won. But I do think Jango was part of that. And so Jango Fett, Boba's dad, was part of that too. So that'd be a cool story to get backstory. And it'd be cool if they made some books or a TV series would be cool. But I feel like since they have the Mandalorian, the whole Mandoverse thing, to do another show with a lot of Mandalorians, I think would be kind of redundant. Even though the story would be kind of cool, but
it wouldn't surprise me if they did it though.
I think a book series would be cool to have.
I would read the crap out of that.
Yeah, I would.
I'm like really wanting a new Star Wars book to read, like really bad. I've been in a Barnes and Noble a couple times recently. I'm like looking at the shelf, like Reddit. I'm like, dang, I'm one of those people.
Well, we have other books on. There's the one that just came out or is coming out, that Reign of the Empire series. That first book comes out this month. It just came out or something like that. That it follows Mon Mothma, Bail Organa, and Saw Gerrera.
Oh, that would be cool to read.
And it's like each of them focus on each one. So I think this first one is Mon Mothma. It's like a 500-page book, dude. It's super long, and so
that would be a cool book to read with.
But it's only
Andrew
like one
too.
book every year, so it's like we'll probably wait until next year to read the first two, and then it'll be less than a year for the third book to come out. But because I'm guessing the second book is Bail Organa, because he's probably because he's dead, and they're probably not gonna show him killed off. That would be kind of lame. But like Saw
Wait,
Gerrera,
is it the rise and fall of the Empire?
the reign of Empire, whatever.
What's the rise and fall one?
I don't know, but those are books that are on. We got the Living Forest, which we got kind of hyped about from Empire Con when the author.
Yeah, I was
Empire Con,
tempted.
Twin Cities Con. So I already bought that book, and I think I got the audio book for it too already queued up. But
I was
don't know when we're gonna
tempted
do
to
that.
read that one.
But we'll do that one eventually. But that's not anything here or there for this voicemail. But thank you, Yaretsi. Thank you for following us and listening to us. We'd love to hear from you again. Did I hear a little of a bit of an accent or something at the beginning? I don't know. It kind of went. I don't know. Are you because Yaretsi is not necessarily a common English American name, so I don't know if that's a European name or not. But we'd love to hear more from you in the future. All right. Well, next up, we have one from Darth Fart. So let's take a listen.
Hey, Empire Radio, Darth Fart here. Sorry, it's been a while. Just been busy. But I wanted to check in with you guys. I've still been listening, obviously, but saw that it's your 5-year anniversary coming up, so knew I had to send in a voicemail for that. Just thank you guys for all your content over the years. It's been a delight. But what does the next 5 years for Empire Radio look like? I'm curious to know. I'll still be here supporting you guys. May the force be with you.
All right. Thank you, Darth Fart. So, big question. The next 5 years.
It's up to Disney.
So I think what's going to be cool is in the coming years, there's going to be Star Wars movies, supposedly. So there's that to look forward to, that we're probably going to be able to do like review movies.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be a lot of fun. But because like next year is the Mandalorian Grogu movie. So we're a little over a year away from that.
That'll be sweet. I'm excited. We'll definitely go together and watch it opening night.
Opening night, Thursday night, probably another time on like Friday night or Saturday, and then that weekend record a review. Hopefully we can get Andrew and Grace. That'd be cool if we got all four of us reviewing a movie.
We'll probably go. We'll do a vlog of us.
That'd be fun. Get some tan action in there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I think movies are gonna be a big thing. But the Mandalorian Grogu is the only one that's like actually confirmed, slated for a spot. I don't think any of the other movies are really in production. Thrawn movie, that's probably being in the writing, pre-production stuff. But kind of
the Rey movie has been on paused.
That's taken off. It was supposed to be. I think that originally it was supposed to be like December 2026, but then it keeps getting delayed, and I think they officially took it off the schedule. And so, like, it seems like every couple months, a writer gets fired or steps down, and they hire new people, and no one knows where it's going. Yeah. But then there's still the Jedi Origins movie that's still in the works, and so we're looking forward to those. But I don't know; it's hard to say for the next 5 years, because even now we're trying. If we don't have shows, it's kind of a struggle to get our schedule going for like what we want, because we've done so many things. 300 episodes, like there's not a lot more we can talk about. So I'm not saying that we're gonna like decrease how many episodes we do, but we might have to if we just don't have any content to cover. But who knows?
Send in ideas.
There is the content suggestion
tab in Discord.
I know someone, it might have been Marina. Shout out to Marina. She said we should start doing like a Star Wars what if, our own Star Wars what ifs. like
It's kind of like Cantina.
cantina discussions, but it'll be more like a discussion of like coming up with a story for like what ifs. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be
We
sweet.
have to get Brady on that one because that's all he does on his YouTube channel is those
True.
what ifs. Do a collab with them maybe.
Ooh, that would be dope.
That
would help our YouTube.
Yep. But if they could get more like they never did like a behind the scenes for Ahsoka series, like
what the?
like they had like a little something. Forget what it was that I think we did. Oh, it was the VFX for it background. But like there was a thing going on YouTube, like in my algorithm. I was getting these behind the scene things from the Ahsoka thing of like interviews and them talking and stuff. I'm
That was
like,
all
where is
YouTube content?
Yeah, but like it wasn't like on Star Wars channel or anything. It's just like people reposting clips from like a behind the scenes thing, like a Disney gallery type thing, but it's not a thing out there that you can watch. So I'm like, where are these people getting these clips? Like, I don't know. So like they gotta do a gallery for the Ahsoka series.
Ahsoka, Skeleton Crew.
Skeleton Crew behind the scenes, that'd be cool. So like we might be doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff in the coming year or two if they release that stuff, but who knows? But I don't know.
We'll see.
And there
We
might
hope to
be, and
here.
there's going to be a change to how we do the comics with Grace thing. So we'll be doing, like Drew and I will be reading comics with Grace for like comic
It'd be
reviews.
more like the book reviews.
More like book reviews. So that will start up sometime this summer, hopefully. We got to talk to Grace about how we want to do that. But we're thinking of maybe doing the Bounty Hunter comics. There's 44 issues. They break it up into 7 different sections. So depending on how we want to do it, we'd do like 3-4 episodes on that over the span of a year or something. But I don't know. We always figure out stuff to do, so
buckle up.
Buckle up. But that was from Darth Fart. So thank you, Darth Fart. Next up, we have Grass Monkey. Let's take a listen.
Hey Empire Radio, it's Grass Monkey. I just want to say congrats on 300 episodes. Y'all have created a wizard podcast and fostered an amazing community. This podcast has been my all-time favorite to listen to and has helped to keep the spark of Star Wars alive in my life. I love all the episodes you do, but my favorites are the book reviews and the ranking videos. Keep up the amazing work, and may the Force be with you.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank you,
for that.
Grass Monkey, for listening. And said we're his #1 podcast, and it keeps the spark alive in him for Star Wars. So that's cool. Like
that's our goal.
Always keeping, between shows, if you're not really consuming Star Wars, you kind of forget about it. But if you can listen to something every week about Star Wars, it keeps you thinking. Now, Grass Monkey, a question for you. Maybe you could send it in a voicemail next week. You said you like our book reviews. Do you also read the books, or do you just kind of let us spoil it for you? But if you do read the books, do you have any book recommendations that we could go over? Because there's plenty of books that we haven't read that are canon. So let us know if there's any books that you'd like us to read and review. But thank you for that, Grass Monkey. Next up from Dave, which I believe is Dazdor. So let's take a listen.
Hey guys, Dave here. Happy 5-year anniversary. You guys are doing great work, putting out great content. Keep it up. And I'm looking forward for your 300 next episode. So, yeah, keep it up. Que la force est avec vous. Bye.
Thank you, Dazdor. And he said, may the force be with you in French, because French is his #1 language, and he's from Canada. So thank you, Dazdor.
Thank you.
And he said he's looking forward to our next 300 episodes. That's a lot of content. That's another,
you'll be
probably
40.
more than 5 years, because I was going back. There was multiple times where we were doing 2 episodes a week.
Yep.
So that's how we got.
Because there was a time where we had 2 separate shows to break down.
Last year we had, or 2 years ago. Last year, 2 years ago, when we had Bad Batch season 2 and the Obi-Wan series, Mando season 2. Wait, 3. Yeah, Mando season 3 and Bad Batch season 2 were going on at the same time. So we were doing 2 episodes for 8 weeks of that. But then also before that, like when Andrew was on, we were doing 2 episodes a week also. So like that's how
Just
we
to
got
do it.
no, because there was a show. I think it was during Mando season 2, and then we were doing our normal stuff. So it's like Tuesday nights we did a normal episode, and then that's when they had shows to come out on Fridays. So we did a Friday night recording also. So we were doing 2 episodes a week back then. And so then we also when we was like Star Wars Celebration, there's like multiple put up like 3-4 videos that week. So it's like that's how we ended up doing an average of 60 episodes a year, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
But
that's
now,
nuts.
but if they don't do 2 shows a week or whatever, we don't double up a week, then we're probably going to be taking 6 years to get to 300, but not 300. But who knows what they're going to do. But thank you, Dazdor. We'd love to hear from you again in the near future. All right, we got our last one, and I'm sure you can guess who it is, Drew.
Well, it's either Will or
No,
Faithful.
No, it's Garrett.
Garrett.
The coup d'etat verse continues with Garrett, so let's take a listen.
Hey, Empire Radio, it's Garrett. Thanks for relaying the message for me. I'm surprised the Grand Gungan army is causing issues. When Empress Palpatine spoke about them previously, it sounded like they really had no grand army to attack us. But apparently the First Order's been doing a lot of underestimating lately, considering that's why I'm in this situation. But if I'm completely honest, the Resistance is being super nice to us, and even letting us use the radio. Good thing I found a way to flip the signal so I can send a voicemail to you. But they also said someone named Skywalker was going to talk to me, and for some reason that name sounds familiar. I'm guessing because they confiscated my lightsaber, they know I'm important, and they're probably going to interrogate me. But I'm pretty sure I can handle whatever they throw at me. Anyway, congratulations on the 300th episode. I can't wait to hear all the top 5s. So, speaking of top 5s, what's your top 5 top 5s? Or I guess in a less meta term, your top 5 favorite categories for a Star Wars top 5. Mine, from 5 working down to 1, would be characters, games, spaceships, moments, and force abilities. I'm super proud to be part of the Empire Radio community, and I wish us all the best for the future. May the Force be with you, always.
Top 5. Thank you, Garrett. Looks like he's being treated well while he's waiting for help, but a Skywalker. Now, what Skywalker is going to talk to him?
We don't know. This
So,
universe is all messed up. Who knows?
It could be a Leia Skywalker. It could be a child of a Skywalker. Maybe Luke Skywalker had a kid, and we don't know because this is Empress Palpatine is alive and well. So this is 20, 30 years later from the original trilogy. So there could be a next generation Skywalker. But we've been hopeful that he's going to turn to the Resistance. He's going to turn away from the Empress. And so maybe he's going to join the Resistance. And when the First Order shows up, he's going to be side by side with the Resistance fighting back. So
doing good again.
Coup d'etat, that First Order. But our top five. What are our favorite top 5s?
Top 5 what?
Of anything that we've done. We've done 18 of them. So
what's the game? We've done a game one?
No, I think that was in his categories that he had for himself.
Oh.
But I don't know. The thing is, like, I feel like we've had so much Star Wars content come out since we've done a lot of our top 5s that, like, we should redo them. But then I'm thinking, like, I don't think a lot of them would really change. Like,
well, and if we redo it, then we're gonna have to redo them all the time because it's always gonna change.
But it's like, I don't know, like musical themes. That's not gonna change. Or like,
that's a good top 5 though.
Like
that's
moments,
definitely up there.
Like moments, mine's pretty solidified, and it's gonna be hard for like a new slot to open up. I think I could drop my 5th one and switch that one up, but my top 4 for sure, like in there. I think what we're gonna do is,
have we done a top 5 books yet?
We have not, but those keep coming. They're always changing.
True, but I think after the High Republic, this last one, maybe we should rank our top 5 High Republic books.
Well, there's 8 of them total. We could just rank all 8 High Republic books.
We could do that.
Maybe we could do that, but I don't know. I think what will be cool to do for ranking is once the Mandoverse is complete with with the movie or the trilogy that you think that they're gonna do.
I might be coming back on that a little bit, but
maybe we could like rank all the Mandoverse shows and movies in one ranking.
We'll have
of,
to.
Like, how do you rank like the Mandalorian Grogu like compared to the Mandalorian show? Like,
well, the Mandoverse is also Thrawn.
I know. I'm saying like all the different categories.
Okay. Speaking of trilogy, I mean, I'm only one movie off.
No, you're not. Grogu, you said the Thrawn movie was going to be 3 movies. This is not a Thrawn movie.
It's going to tie in, though.
That doesn't matter. That's not what you said. Stop trying to... The fine print has already been established. You can't change it.
Because if the Thrawn movie gets split in 2...
And then it's still 2. It's not a trilogy because the Mando Grogu movie is not a thing. But once we get those movies out, if we get another like 3-4 movies,
once the Mando's done, we should definitely re-rank. We'll definitely re-rank the Mandoverse.
Well, it won't be a re-rank; it'll be the first.
Well, first rank, whatever.
But once we get another batch of movies, 3-4 movies, if there's like another like break and like after the bulk movies come out, we could do another movie ranking and add another 4 or 5 to the thing. That'd be fun. But
we could also potentially rank our top 5 favorite episodes of Bad Batch season 1, 2, and 3.
That's 47
Gotta
episodes.
only pick 5, bro.
Yeah, but you gotta go back and rewatch all of them, which I have no problem doing. But like,
just saying,
it's a lot of content to rewatch, and you don't got time to rewatch 47 episodes.
I do at work.
Yep. Just don't make sure you don't misload a plane. But that's everything.
Yeah.
So,
well,
thank you Garrett, Dazdor, Grass Monkey, Darth Fart, Yaretzi, Nate, and Sky King for sending in voicemails. Keep them coming.
And thanks to everyone for listening.
Yeah,
for 5 years,
300 episodes, Mandoverse, or Mandalorian podcast, and the Clone Wars Save podcast, and all that jazz. We really appreciate the fans for sticking with us. We've had fans come and go in these 5 years, come and go into Discord, but like there's always a steady stream of people to hang out with and talk to and get to know and stuff. So we're thankful for you guys, and hopefully we can do this for another 5 years.
Yes, that's our goal.
And maybe someday in 5 years we'll be big and famous and be doing this full time, when all getting paid millions of dollars and having Empire sabers.
Chill, this boy. Wow. That jab though.
Who knows what our future holds? But whatever it is, we're happy to do it with you guys listening.
Yes.
So.
Keep listening. Keep sending in. We do this for not just for us, for you guys, the community. We have, I think, actually, I know the best Star Wars community out there. Everyone's kind to each other. Everyone's chill. Everyone, there's like, we don't have problems with you. Like, you guys are like the best. Yep. Like, if we get a bad review, it's so rare, like a bad anything. So
the only time we got hate was during the Acolyte.
Yes. And that wasn't you guys. Well, maybe it was. But,
no, it wasn't. It was always random people that were mad at us.
Yeah.
But we're happy to be here for you guys, and so we'll keep on keeping on as long as we can.
For the next 5 years. When Jeremiah's 40, we might have to have a conversation if he's going to hang it up or not.
I'm already over the hill.
When Miles is...
Yeah, maybe 13. Miles will have to take over for you someday.
He might.
Follow in your footsteps.
He's going to do all the gaming and all the other content that I don't do anymore.
Yep.
The toy collection stuff.
He's like, I have all these vintage toys, and there's the toys he just bought now.
This is like my old videos.
All right, well, we've been rambling, so we might as well just go over some socials and get out of here. But if you're new to the podcast, what are you doing with your life? Get caught up on the past 299 episodes. But you can connect with us by clicking the link in the description. The links.co/Empire Radio. Link spelled with 2 I's. Click that landing page for everything. Facebook, Instagram. I'm kind of mad that they changed the format on Instagram, so now all my posts are all screwed up because they're no longer
Oh, really?
squares. On
I
the
didn't know.
when you go to a page, the displays are now vertical rather than squares. So all my square posts are now cut off. So I have to change my format moving forward. Is now the 4x5.
Really?
Yeah, they've been. I think they've been slowly like changing people's things. So all our posts on Instagram
Oh, they are. What
all
the
cut
heck?
off. Yeah, it's stupid. They've made that change. So everyone, because the phone is vertical rather than a square, so that's why they're doing that. So
Wow.
moving forward, new format on Instagram. But follow us on Instagram. Join the Discord. We've been talking about fans. Like a lot of these people that we're talking to tonight from the voicemails, they're in the Discord. So go join the Discord. It's a lot of fun. And we have a fan email. If you want to email us about anything, go right ahead. You can do that. The link for the voicemail is there. Go send us a voicemail. We'd love to hear from you. Yeah, and go check out the other stuff. Like we talked about the VCU. Go check that out. Go check out the watermelon debate. Those are a lot of fun. We got all kinds of extra content on YouTube that is not on the podcast, on Spotify and iTunes and stuff.
Yeah, and if you're really brave, go check out the Mandalorian podcast.
And the Clone Wars Save podcast. I gotta like log into those, see if I can still log in. And
scared to re-listen to like Clone or Mando season 1, like the quality.
Yeah, because we kind of just winged it.
We had like ghetto mics. Yeah.
But there's also, like I mentioned, like Coruscant Cafe. Like I used to do like baking, cooking, Star Wars cooking themed stuff. So go check those out and post some comments, maybe some ideas for some other Star Wars cooking ideas. I
was gonna say, and also just comment below and make sure Jeremiah gets his fan fiction done.
Yep. I should really reach out to Lucy, see if we can co-write that. I don't know.
That would be sweet.
Maybe over the summer because she's busy being a high schooler. But yeah.
All right.
So that's Empire Radio. Anything else, Drew?
300 episodes, 300 more. Let's go.
All right. Well, you've been listening to another fantastic episode of Empire Radio. I'm Jeremiah.
I'm Drew.
And may the Force be with you.
Always.